meditating on the breathing process. Find a comfortable seat. Finding a position that is so comfortable that you don't get distracted by the sensations in the physical body as you practice this meditation. Begin by observing your physical body, how it is, how it feels, and become aware of the natural breathing process without changing the breath in any way. As you observe the breath, you're going to notice changes that happen automatically in the breathing process. Allow this to happen, becoming aware that you're not getting involved, that you're simply observing and witnessing the breath. Be totally aware of the rhythm and the flow of the natural breath. Bring your awareness to the nostrils and just acknowledge for a moment the sensations in the nostrils as you breathe. Noticing here the in-breath, the sensations in the nostrils, and the out-breath, the sensations in the nostrils. The breath feels cool as it enters the nostrils upon inhalation, and warm as it flows out of the nostrils upon exhalation. Continue observing this process as a detached witness. Whenever the mind gets distracted, you simply come back to notice the nostrils, the sensations as you breathe in and as you breathe out. The mind will travel to future, past, stories, imagination. And meditation is having a tool to come back to be present, training the mind to concentrate. So when the mind gets distracted, all you have to do is simply notice and bring it back to the exercise. Now become aware of the back of the mouth, the throat, and notice the air passing the throat, relaxing the throat completely. Feel the passage of air in the throat behind the nostrils, being aware of the sensations created by this movement of the breath. Feel the breath flowing down and up the throat with each breath. The air passes down the throat as you inhale and up the throat as you exhale. If anything distracts you, you simply come back to bring the mind to the breath and the sensations in your throat. It's all about focusing the mind, training the mind to be present. It's not about emptying the mind, it's about noticing and bringing it back. Bring now your focus to the chest. Be aware of the lungs expanding with every inhalation and contracting with every exhalation. As you inhale, feel the oxygenated breath flowing into the lungs and becoming absorbed. As you exhale, feel the lungs being completely empty. Make sure that you take a deep inhalation to feel the sensations in the chest, in the lungs, the expansion. And when you exhale, make sure that you empty in the breath completely, letting it go. So you empty the lungs. You might exaggerate the breath a little bit, just for a moment or two. And then return to a breath that is soft and that is relaxed and soundless. Just exaggerating the breath for a moment to be able to feel the sensations in the lungs as you breathe. To be able to notice the expansion and the contraction of the lungs. Now bring your awareness to the rib cage. Notice the ribs. Notice now here the expansion and contraction that happens with the breath. You're welcome to bring your hands to the rib cage. If you feel you need the hands to reference the breath, if you need to feel and connect to the sensations in this part of the body. You might bring your hands for a moment, and once you feel connected and you can feel the sensations, you bring the hands down. Make sure that you're not forcing the breath, that you're not creating tension in the body. Just allow here the process to be simple, natural, spontaneous. Don't overthink it. Now bring your awareness to the diaphragm. The diaphragm is the muscle that separates the lungs from the abdominal organs. Become aware of the movement of the diaphragm. So you notice this reflected in the belly. As you inhale, the belly expands, it moves away from the spine. And as you exhale, there is contraction of the belly button draws in closer to the spine. And then again, you're welcome to bring your hands to rest on your belly if you need to reference the breath, if you need to connect to the movement of the belly as the breath moves and flows gently. The diaphragm moves downward as you inhale and upwards as you exhale. Take your awareness into this movement. You will notice that the movement of the diaphragm is producing this rhythmical motion in the abdominal region. Becoming aware now of the whole breathing process from nostrils to abdomen. Noticing the nostrils, the air traveling back, the throat, the chest expanding, the rib cage, the belly. And you draw the belly in gently as you exhale, contracting the belly, contracting the rib cage, the chest. The air is warm, passing the throat and traveling out through the nostrils. So you're following this journey of the breath. Meditation is to keep the mind concentrated. So you continue the breathing process. You follow the breathing process with your awareness, giving a space to the mind to stay present with the practice. Returning to the practice whenever the mind gets distracted, just knowing that it's not right or wrong. Is simply the practice to keep the mind focused, because the nature of the mind is to travel and move to other places. Continue here for 5 more breaths where you're conscious of the breathing process and you're going on the journey with the breath. The more that you practice, the more the mind is going to be present and focused. The days that we are busy and the mind is more distracted, those times meditation is going to take us a little bit more time, a little bit more effort to come back to be focused and concentrated. But know that that's okay. That is a process. After your 5 breaths, you're more than welcome to stay. You can pause this recording and stay for longer. Or after your 5 breaths, you're slowly going to return to the surroundings, feeling the room where you're in, visualizing the space, visualizing yourself sitting in meditation. Bringing your awareness back to the whole body, to the sensations, noticing any changes in the way you feel, maybe more present, maybe the mind more focused, maybe you feel more calm and centered in your breath. And whatever you cultivated throughout the practice, hold the intention to bring in with you. Thank yourself for practicing, and let your head bow towards the heart as a sign of gratitude. Namaste.